have some friends. The Remembrance Project, they were outside and they were taking a picture. I said, come on stage with me for a couple of minutes. And these are incredible people. They lost loved ones. I got my friends over the last couple of years, and they have really suffered. And a friend of mine, he's really become a great friend of mine, Jamil Shaw, who is, he had
Donald Trump was coming down the escalator and everybody saw the very first day. I was watching it too, and I feel so proud because for the first time. Guys who have your family intact, you should thank God. Because you don't want to know what we know about grieving. You don't want to know what it feels like. My son, but Trump is here to save us all, and like I said, he's going to give us real hope and real change. Thank you.
Such a great guy. I've got to know all of these people, and most of these people, all of them actually. And I will tell you, Jamil, though, just representing a group, they all have very similar story to tell. And people that shouldn't have been here, people that should have never been allowed to come over the border, and they come here like it's nothing. They walk through like it's nothing. And we're going to stop it, and we're going to build a wall. We're going to all stop it. We don't have the country anymore. You know, I'm looking at statistics. We have crime numbers are so crazy. They're going through the roof. So we can't have it anymore. Now look, here's the Indiana, I'm going back very soon, and frankly, they talk about the same thing. Even where Indiana is located, you wouldn't think it would be a problem. It's a huge problem. People are coming in. Nobody knows where they're coming from. You know, the Obama administration is taking people in from the migration. We have people coming in from the Middle East that are brought in, and we have no idea who they are is going to happen. We have no idea. So look, folks, we're going to straighten it out. You know, I'll tell you, I was very honored because this last week, the Border Patrol, these are amazing people. They want to do their job. They're not allowed to do their job. They're told to stand back. Don't do you, just stand back. We have to be strong. And I tell this story. Good, thank you, darling. I love you too. Great. But I tell this story, and in a way it's a rough story. But this country is so politically correct. We don't get anything, we don't understand anything. We don't understand what's going on. We don't understand, and it's the story of General Pershing. You know that story? Does anybody know? It's a rough story. And they were having a tremendous, this is before the First World War, they were having a tremendous problem with really radical Islamic terrorism. They were having an unbelievable problem. General Pershing was a tough, ruthless general. He wouldn't do well today because he was too tough, he was too ruthless, and probably used foul language, so he'd be out. They wouldn't be around. So this was a problem that was really out of control. Many people being killed, and it was. I mean, we have a president that doesn't want to use the term. And by the way, Muslims, great people, tremendous people. We're all great people. But we understand when there's a problem, you have to bring up the name. It's called radical Islamic terrorism. I have many Muslim friends. Yeah. I have many Muslim friends. Sure, but you can't cure a problem if you don't want to mention what that problem is. So for whatever reason, so General Pershing is sent there to solve a really serious terror problem. They caught 50 radical Islamic terrorists. They caught them. They took the 50, they lined them up. They took a pig, and then they took a second pig, and they cut the pig open, and they took the bullets from the rifles, and they dumped the bullets into the pigs, and they sloshed it around. And then they took the bullets shot 49 of the 50 people. And the 50th person, they said, take this bullet and bring it back to all of the people causing the problem and tell them what happened tonight. He took the bullet, he brought it back, that 50th person, and for 42 years, they didn't have a problem with radical Islamic terrorism. I mean, nobody likes him. I've never seen a guy like this. In fact,
Lucifer!
Interviewed today by somebody at NBC, and he said bad things. He said he is not a conservative. He is not a conservative. I am actually a conservative, but I'm like smart dude. When we have all this stuff. No, I was going to be nice to him, because I like a lot of the people that have disappeared, one after another. It's a beautiful sight. Boom. And I was nice to Jeb Bush, you know, after he got defeated, I was nice. But here's what happens. So I hear he's interviewed today. I said, do me a favor. It's amazing what they can do. They have this thing about 2 seconds later, they get me a copy of his interview. I said, let me know. I figured they're going to give it to me in writing. Let me know, one of my guys, there. I've got it, sir. Like, what, 11 seconds later. He's got a machine that's giving me the whole interview. What would you like? He presses Trump when he goes right to that section. He starts hitting me, you know, like, he said, and he did say, he's a gifted politician. He said that a while ago. And my wife said, why would he say that? I shouldn't tell you this. Maybe he's not so smart. Why would he say that, right? But he hits me today, so I feel fine. He's a low-energy person. We don't need low-energy people, just remember. Now she's there shouting all night long, reading off teleprompters. Does she ever make a speech when there's not? I mean, she won the other night. I'm sort of glad she won. You know, I really want to beat her more than she. And you know, the system is rigged on both sides. It's rigged on our side. I have 5 million. I have so many votes more than like Cruz and Kasich. And yet, you know, they go in and they sort of semi-bribe all these people and the delegates and all of a sudden, and it's just like, it's a terrible system. I mean, it's a terrible system. But Hillary said, I don't like the tone. Now here we are in a world that's going to hell. We have people's heads are being cut off. You know, not since medieval times. I used to love history. It's like my favorite. I love history. And you read about medieval times, right? Medieval times, chop off heads. Now we're chopping off heads. I mean, I didn't see anything about this. Even the Wild West, they shoot you, but they don't chop off the heads. Chop off the heads, drown people in these big cages, 50 at a time, drop. And she said, I don't like his tone. His tone is nasty. You know, when they talked to Lion Tech, so we were at the debate, and I've been at the center of every single debate, number one. Won every debate, according to all the polls. Drudge is fantastic. Drudge and Time Magazine, all these things. I've won every single debate. I've been center stage. And the only thing that would bother me is when we had an even number. I'd always say, I don't want an even number because it would have two people at the center, but I was always number one. So usually we had an odd. But I was always center, right? And they asked Cruz about Waterboard. What do you think of Waterboard? Well, and he didn't like it because it's really not like a good answer for him. Because he's actually a very weak person. So he didn't like it. So he's sort of like, well, so after like 2 minutes, you didn't know what the hell he said, right? I think it's just... You all remember this one of the debates, and I didn't know if I was saying the right thing. I just say the truth. I said, I think it's fine. I said, we are living in a very, very vicious world, and I think it's fine. And frankly, if we can, I'd go many steps further than what. Remember the story with really a great general, but remember the story of General Pershing. Just remember that story, folks, because we have brought the country anymore. I'm telling you that. So here's the story. And we have to have great compassion. We have to have great compassion. Remember this, borders. If we don't have borders, we don't have a country. So we're going to have borders. Now, in California, I heard this for the first time today. A poll came out today, and not that I'm proud of this particular statistic. I hate to tell you, should I tell you?
Yeah.
They said that I'm even Rasmussen poll. I'm even with her. I don't like being even, but I haven't started on her. You know, these guys like Casey. I've had 55,000 negative ads. I have negative ads. I just left Indiana. Every single ad is a Trump ad, and believe me, most of them are really wrong. Some, not so. But most of them, millions of dollars being spent. In Florida, when I went to Florida, I went a whole week. I was down in Florida at Trump National Director. But I'm down, and I'm watching, and every ad was like a Trump hit. And I told my people, there's no way we can win Florida. And they said, what? Because I said, every time I turn on the television, all I see are these horrible lies, these horrible ads, and then I won in a landslide. So you never know. I mean, you never know. I think people become the news. But just remember, we're going to do something. You know, we have a movement going on here. It's a movement. This isn't like a normal situation. Bill O'Reilly last week, good guy, tough. I mean, he'll come at you if he thinks you're wrong, believe me, but tough. He said, in his lifetime, what's happened with Trump is the single biggest political event he's ever seen. I never saw a guy like this. He's shoving this stuff. My son comes up to me and goes, Daddy, that's disgusting. Look at this, Daddy. Barrett, who is that? Anyway, so look. We have a chance to do something great. And I told him, I said, if you tell me that I get the nomination and don't win, or if you tell me I don't get the nomination, frankly, if I wasn't going to win, I'd rather not get the nomination because the whole thing is about winning. And we can't we have to take care of our country. We can't make the changes if I don't win. He said, doesn't matter. He said, I will tell you this. If I don't win, as good as you say I have done, if I don't win, I will consider it a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money. I really mean it. Because we are on the verge of doing something that's really unprecedented. You know, they used to call it the silent majority, now we'll call it the noisy majority because we're not going I'm going to read 2 sentences. I mean, it's horrible. We're going to make you so depressed, but don't be depressed because we're going to fix it fast. Look, Orange County, we love Orange County. We do. I love it. Remember, this is out of a book. This is out of a manual. No state in America has suffered worse from open borders than the state of California. Its impact on jobs, wages, security, schools, hospitals has been devastating. We know that, okay? We know. And remember this, there's a lot of really, really smart people. I have the most loyal people. I have the smart people. I'm the most loyal. And by the way, folks, I hate to say it, but we're going to make the country great for everybody. For Hispanics, for African Americans, for everybody. We have a lot of them with us tonight. We're making, this is not like a group where they think it's a certain group. This isn't a certain group. This is everybody. We're going to make our country great for everybody. But look at these numbers. Remember this. 18 years ago, we have people that 18 years ago, they've worked harder now than they did 18 years ago, but 18 years ago, they were making more money in real terms than they make today. And today, in many cases, they're doing double jobs, and they're dying with it. And it's supposed to be the opposite way, including me. What the hell am I doing this for, right? It's supposed to be, but it's supposed, I love you too, it's supposed to be the opposite. So think of it. We have hard workers, middle income, even above middle income, and even below middle income, where they work harder today than they worked 18 years ago. 18 years. By the way, this isn't me. This is a statistic that you will. They're working harder today than 18 years ago, and they're making less money. It's no good. What do we get? Wheat. We get that wheat. And here it is. Up here, that's Japan. below the border, below his feet. That's where we are, okay? That's called a trade imbalance. And by the way, they don't even want our product because their people don't want our product. And I think it's great. I don't hold China. I love China. I think China's good. I'm the largest bank in the world with my money. I sell condos all over the place. You pay me tens of millions of dollars for these condos. I own the Bank of America building in San Francisco, along with a great company. I own 1290 every year. All that through, boom, fighting with China. It was